Hello there, we're turning up the heat. This summer makeup edit is all about spicy, sun-kissed, red-hot blushes, eyeshadows, lipsticks, glosses, and polishes. The colour theme: coral, orange, cherry, roasted tomato, sunset tones for long summer nights and imagined island escapes. Join me for a virtual vacation for a few minutes. I always follow the Northern Hemisphere with my seasonal uploads. That's where most of you are watching from, so working on this was a nice escape from a cold winter here in Australia. If you're looking for an even more lively colour palette, I shared a rainbow of options in a colourful eyeliner video recently, one of my favourite styles to explore in summer, and there's a cream bronzer and cream highlighter video in the works too. I'm so happy to be working with By Terry for part of this video. This is one of the last pieces of our long-term partnership puzzle. The past year has absolutely flown by and it's been such a pleasure to share new launches and my favourites with you during that time. Now we're finishing with some of my go-to summery products from the brand. But before we meet the makeup here, I wanted to say don't forget your sunscreen. It should be an everyday, all year round essential, but it's particularly important if you're spending more time outside. Given you'll be being careful not to get sunburnt, thank you very much, we're going to cheat that sunny rush of colour on the cheeks with blush. The Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Blush colour Daiquiri Dip seems to sum up the excitement of this summer after such a difficult 18 months. It's called a soft coral red, but there is nothing soft about it, it is strong. This creamy formula has been around for quite a while now, but let me know if you'd still be interested to see shade swatches in my new 2-minute makeup series of detailed but concise reviews. The Danessa Myricks Vision Flush shade Sunset was another one that instantly came to mind. This formula was a 2020 favourite and is still one of my blush obsessions well into this year. Sunset is another dramatic red-toned coral, actually very similar to Daiquiri Dip when you sheer it out, but I find this formula thinner and easier to blend than cream compacts, which can often feel slightly tackier. I'll link one of my favourite Instagram creators' skincare standard below. Rachel wears this wash of colour so well. The most exciting mail day for many of us last month was when the Lisa Eldridge pre-orders arrived. A big review of her new collection and new lipstick and gloss shades is coming, but the new enlivening blush shade Island Glow had to be here. Interestingly, mine has hardened a bit in the tube, not the same consistency as others I've seen, but that's probably thanks to our winter temperatures. Let me know if that's happened to yours too. Despite that cold weather, this warm, bright coral is like an instant holiday for your cheeks. You might remember By Terry's brightening CC palette Sunny Flash from last year, but it now has a sassy new sister called Beach Balm. That first palette says spring to me, but this one screams summer. The same beautiful rose embossed, rose scented and rose extract powders in new shades. The texture is always buttery and beautiful. They're so luminous and almost blurring on the skin, but they don't look glittery, just so glowy. You can dust on number 1, Bright Sand, as a brightening or illuminating shade. I love a generous swipe of number 2, Peach Perfect, on my cheeks and eyes. Number 3, Pink Sunset, is such a vibrant, almost purple pink, so I just add a tiny dot onto the apples of my cheeks to brighten the face, and I dust number 4, Golden Bronze, on top of my peachy blush and shadow for a warm, glowing finish. This palette is like a work of art. I hope we'll see more shade combinations in future. Here are my liquid, stick, pot and palette eyeshadow picks. Kicking things off with Violette FR's Yeux Paint in the shade Cuivre de l'Aube. This eye paint means dawn copper, and this sort of shade always reminds me of Violette's playful style. You can hear much more detail on this formula in my Violette FR brand review a couple of months ago. Wasn't exactly smooth sailing, but I do find these twinkling shades a bit easier to work with because they're more sheer and less thick and creamy. To keep things in balance if you've gone for a really bold lip or blush, sometimes a golden shadow is all you need to open up the eyes. Even better if it's in an easy, creamy, long-wearing stick formula like By Terry's classic Ombre Black Stars. The shade Blonde Opal is a champagne you can smudge all over the lid or concentrate on the inner corners of the eyes to instantly give them a brightening boost. In my spring makeup video this year, I included one of the new Trini London New Beginnings Eye to Eye shades. The quartet was inspired by the joy of change that spring brings, but I think this deep, dusky rose colour Chance can be a nice relaxed summer shade too. It's almost a sunburnt rose to suit laid back days with a sheer swipe, or you can build up the colour for long summer nights. The M Cosmetics Divine Skies palette in Faded Clementine could easily be an autumn or fall pick, but I thought it was a great fit with some of the other tones in this edit. These 6-pan palettes include 3 mattes and 3 shimmers, and they now come in 3 different colour combinations based on the brand's best-selling shade families: Magic Hour, Venetian Rose, and Faded Clementine. Toasty orange and berry shades to match summer sunrises and sunsets. Time to reach for your brightest lipsticks. The famous Dior Addict lip glow recently had a glow up. The formula was reworked and feels slightly thinner and even more smooth to me. They also introduced new shades. Cherry already exists in their lip glow oil formula I love, but it's a first for the Balm. Most lip glow shades tend to skew a bit pink on me, so it's more of a berry cherry on my lips, not as warm as the Bullet. Keep an eye out for more swatches in an upcoming 2-minute makeup video. One of my favourite by Terry lip formulas comes in a shade so fun it's even making me feel like it's summertime sitting here on a cold winter's day. The name of this Lip Expert Shine colour, Coral Sorbet, gives you a pretty good guide as to the vibe. This formula is like a comfortable, creamy gloss with nice colour payoff, so it's one of my Glossier Vanillic lip replacements. Where would I like to take this little tube on holiday? Maybe Mexico. Despite being a luxury lipstick lover, I haven't explored very much of Tom Ford's range before, a bit overwhelmed by the options. I do have 2 of his classic creamy lip colours, and Wild Ginger is a bright, warm orange. Picture this at full intensity on the lips with a really natural touch of bronzer and a slick of mascara. Perfect. If you're a Tom Ford lover, I'd love to hear some of your favourite shades. A vibrant lip palette from the French brand Rouge appeared in last year's summer makeup video, but this time I was drawn to their Le Stylo lip crayon shade Hélène. This colour is called Fig Red, which is one of my new favourite descriptions. It's kind of a muted berry red. The thin, round tip glides on for intense matte colour that has a slightly powdery but not a dry feel. Get your hair out of that summer breeze and get ready for glowy, glossy lips. I've been crazy about the Fit Glow lip colour serums this year. A deeper shade was in my winter makeup edit, but Beach Glow, as the name suggests, is stunning for summer. A sheer, shimmery bronze would normally sound like an eyeshadow to me, not a lip gloss, but it's such a flattering colour and doesn't look overly glittery. Can't get enough of the smooth, balmy, cushiony finish. They've been around for a while now, but I picked up my first Ilia Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil in a recent Net-a-Porter sale. The shade Saint is described as a rustic orange. These are really quite pigmented for a lip oil, but what was that product name again? Is it a balmy gloss or a tinted lip oil? Definitely feels like a lip oil to me. The texture is really thin, like an even thinner cousin of the Kosas wet lip oil glosses. Moving on to the most pigmented gloss formula, the M Cosmetics True Gloss. I've raved about these before. Blood Moon is a favourite warm orangey red shade for summer, but Moroccan Sunset is more in line with my colour mood this year. It's called a dusty coral, but it's so rich it seems like more of a toasted orange or even terracotta to me. Really smooth, even colour. Last but not least, if you're not really a bright lip person and prefer to let your eyeshadow or blush do the talking, how about a genuinely nourishing clear gloss? By Terry's Baume de Rose Liquid Lip Balm is a thinner, shinier version of their iconic lip balm pot. I've used up so many of these. A travel mini always lives in my bag. So nice to use on the go when you need the comfort of a balm to help dry lips, but you want the feel and look of a really creamy gloss. I've picked out a bright and slightly more sandy nail polish family to finish. The orange red I've been wearing in this video is Olive & June Lava. This one was actually part of their spring collection earlier this year, but it's a red hot shade for summer too. Essie Gel Couture is another long wearing formula I love. I bought Looks to Thrill to fill an orange gap in my collection, but it's actually a lovely melony coral orange. Calming things down a bit with Olive & June CS, called a Floral Coral. I love their Pastel Peach BI and Bright Coral Wild and Free, so this feels like a nice middle ground, almost a sandy peach. Dior's Summer June collection this year was inspired by sandy plains and sun-bleached landscapes. I wore this shade June in my recent Gucci lipstick video, and lots of you loved this toasty, sienna, peachy brown as much as I do. Let's take a quick look back over all of those colour groups, beginning with the blushes. Fenty Daiquiri Dip, Danessa Myricks Sunset, Lisa Eldridge Island Glow, By Terry Beach Bomb, then the shadows, Violette FR Kivre de l'Aube, By Terry Blonde Opal, Trini London Chance, M Cosmetics Faded Clementine. In the lipsticks we had Dior Lip Glow Cherry, by Terry Coral Sorbet, Tom Ford Wild Ginger, Rouge Beauty Hélène, and the glosses Fit Glow Beach Glow, Ilia Saint, M Cosmetics Moroccan Sunset, and by Terry Balm derose. If you're watching from the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you're getting to enjoy your summer, even if it's just by incorporating some brighter shades into your beauty routine. Please let me know what you've been reaching for recently and if you've been drawn to more colour than usual too. A big thank you to By Terry. Our partnership in the past year has been one of the most surreal moments of my time online, and I've loved hearing from so many of you who got to know a bit more about the brand and found some products you love too. You can find their range at Mecca in Australia and on byterry.com. In the spirit of a virtual summer vacation, please share some of your dream travel destinations to match some of the shades in this video, and I'll see you for more summery content soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.